Up, let's get it, let's go. Welcome to the show. It's the Kid Push, host of the No Fluff podcast. You know what to do as soon as you tap in. Just subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm on timing. Let's get to this money. So, first and foremost, man, I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to get straight to it. I want to give y'all a couple credit hacks today. I got to go out here to my mom's crib. I'm about to go out here and it's like a 45-minute ride. I say, you know what? Why not pour into the people? Why not tell the folks a couple little gems that they can go out there and sauce up with? Why not? I might as well. So hopefully I don't got too many haters on the live because I might get off early because a lot of y'all been messing with my psyche. I ain't take my vacation yet. I don't leave till Thursday. So if y'all ain't gonna fuck with y'all ain't gonna have my mental health the correct way, y'all can just tell me now. On God. All right, so let's start to it. Let's get to it like this. Everybody comment the word credit right now. Everybody comment the word credit. Everybody comment the word credit. T-time. Everybody comment the word credit, not debit. Everybody comment the word credit, not debit. Let's see where the participation at. You know what I mean? We're going to see how this live going to go right off the gate. Comment the word credit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Comment the word credit. All right, the next thing that you need to realize now is the importance of credit and why you shouldn't be using cash. So a lot of y'all use cash every day, which I understand is perfectly fine. I was brought up to do the same thing. But if you're not using credit cards to get rewards points, if you're not using credit to be able to get an extension of your arms. So most people have two arms. Let's just put it like that. Most people have two arms. People with credit can have an unlimited amount of arms. So most people have two arms, and what we need to understand is that for you to have a lot more arms, you need to have your credit up. Simple and plain. I did not always have a lot of money in the bank. I was not always cash liquid. That was not what the cars did not have that in my fortune. All right. I did not always have cash. So there are people out here who operate only with cash. Now, I have cash too, but I have extra arms with my credit. And it's a safety net for me when I do investments. If I invest with my credit and something goes wrong, I never spent my cash. Case in point, how many of you guys ever bought a car cash? Let me give you all a scenario. How many of you guys ever bought a car cash or owned a car cash? You bought it. You spent your hard-earned money, pulled cash out your pocket, and bought a car, and then that car crashed. And you either had insurance and they didn't cover the whole thing, or you didn't have insurance. Now, when you spent that cash, you didn't get nothing back for it, period. Now imagine this, I'm in the same scenario, and I used my credit to get that car, and I didn't have insurance. And now, guess what happens? I used my credit to get it. I just used my signature. The car crashed, I ain't had no insurance. Damn. That's fucked up. I ain't had no insurance, man. Well, at least I ain't spent my cash. So I still got my money. I can go make it make sense. I can go get another car cash, or I can go make it make sense. Now, this is the reality that we live in. Like, we got to be able to make decisions to be able to have extra arms out here. Now, will I say to drive with no insurance? Never, ever, ever. Always have insurance in your car. But I'm saying, in the scenarios where you use credit, you have a safety net. You didn't pull money out your bank. You didn't get yourself in a situation to where you are no longer cash liquid, okay? So I want y'all to learn about credit. Y'all have to learn about it. It's very important. I don't care if you pay for credit repair. I don't care if you got somebody who's getting you funding. I don't care if you got a person that's giving you trade lines. You need to learn about credit. It should be a priority to anyone who lives in the United States. Even if you live outside of the United States, you have a credit system based off of whatever country you're in. This varies. Canada, Europe, the UK, they have a credit system. It's different than ours, but you need to learn how it works because this is how you learn how to build equity. You need to do it. Elon Musk is doing it. Beyonce, Jay-Z, all the people that you know with the billions and billions of dollars. Sean Puff Daddy Combs, all of these people are leveraging credit in order to start businesses, get funding, able to source inventory, able to pay payroll. They are getting credit for this, and they are building a brand with it, buying cash flowing assets with it, building up the reputation of a brand, and then selling it and then making millions of dollars liquid. But it all starts with the credit, okay? So now let's get down to the nitty gritty. How do you get into a position to be doing these type of things? First thing you got to do is pull your credit report. Everybody on this live should know where your credit score is today. So let's crank it up right now. Everybody put your credit score in the chat. Everybody put your credit score in the chat. All right? I'm going to put mines. Okay. What it is today. It goes up, it goes down sometimes. And right now, this is where we are. Everybody put their credit score in the chat. If you don't know what it is, go to Identity IQ, go to Experian. Please do not use Credit Karma because you will have an incorrect reflection of your credit report. Everybody put your credit report in the chat. Put it in the chat. Somebody said I filed Chapter 7. You still have a credit score, so please put your credit score in the chat. Put it in the chat. You must always know your status. Why? Because you never know. Listen to me, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. The economy goes up, the economy goes down. Things like at one point in time, the Rolls Royces and the Lamborghinis were worth 10 times more than they're worth right now because the market had changed. It was set up to where you can win in the exotic game very, very over the price of the MSRP. So now we're in a position where it went down. But if you had credit on your side, you still would be able to make moves regardless of the fact. Same thing with the housing market. Like, houses are now worth less than they were maybe last year or the year before. So if you're in position, like let's say if you took a L, let's just say you took a L, right? Let's say your business went down. Let's say you took a loss, somebody robbed you. Let's just say somebody robbed you. Let's say you had a CPA and the CPA robbed you. You don't got no more money now. You can actually pull, if you have credit in position, you can pull an equity line of credit out of your home. You can literally sell one of your cars, or you can, if you own a car outright, you can take the title of the car and you can use your credit to get a collateral loan. So you take an item that you already own, that you already paid for, you get the title, they tell you what it's worth, and they give you a certain percentage using your credit that they will extend you a loan for. So that means that regardless of the economy, if you lost all your money, if you're cash poor, if your credit is in position, you can go ahead and get your money back to go and start a cash flowing business, buy a cash flowing asset, or just keep the bills afloat until your money comes back around, or whatever the case may be, while you're waiting on a return on investment. So you need to know your status to be able to do this. If you're not a person who pays attention to their credit until your credit is needed, you will literally be the one who's never able to take advantage of opportunities. You know the saying, they say, stay ready so you don't have to get ready? Y'all know that saying. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. This is because there are people who only look at their credit report when it's time to use it. And then by that time, it's too late. You should always be getting in position. You should always know, where your credit stands, how many inquiries you have. You should always know if you have anything in collections or not. You should always know what your utilization looks like. You should always know that your payment history is 100%. You should always know these things because they're going to ask you. And every time someone pulls your credit for either an apartment, a house, when they pull you to get a credit card, whenever they're pulling your credit report, they're pulling it from different places. So it's going to say something different depending on where they're pulling your credit score from and what system they're using. Because I just got another condo the other day and they pulled my credit, and my credit from where they pulled it from, it was like a 701 or some shit like that. It was mad low. They said my credit score is only a 701, but because it's not really about the score. Has anybody ever told y'all that before? It's not really about the score. How many people knew that your credit worthiness is not really about the score? How many people knew that? Drop a 1 if you knew that, drop a 2 if you didn't. How many people think that with an 850 credit score, you can get anything you want? Drop a 1 if you knew it wasn't about the score, drop a 2 if you didn't. Let's make sure y'all know. I want y'all to really know. I'm tired of y'all just being bare minimum type folks. I'm tired of y'all just depending on other people to handle y'all credit reports. And, I want y'all to be in position to know. I want y'all to actually know. It's not about the score. Somebody said it's about you paying on time, right? Or before the time. No, It's not really about the score. So would y'all believe that there are people that can go out there and get $1 million loans and they don't have a high credit score? There are people that think that if you got an 850 credit score, you can go and get anything. Well, it's not true. It's all based off of your credit worthiness, your credit mix, okay? It's all, I can go out there and have a 600 credit score, but I got 100% payment history, right? I got my utilization, my utilization is low. I can have it to where I've had a certain amount of open accounts for a certain amount of years. They're going to look at my ages of credit history. They're going to look at the particular thing that I'm applying for. So let's say if I'm applying for a home, that's different than applying for a car. So they're not going to look at my auto credit history. They don't care about that. They're going to look at something totally different on my credit report. And the same thing goes for a credit card. If I'm applying for a credit card, they're not too concerned with my auto credit history. They care about my revolving credit history. Like, what do I do when somebody lets me borrow money? Do I pay it back? And how long does it take me to pay it back? Do I pay it back too quickly? Do I actually let it sit over time? How many people know on the live that they prefer you to pay it back longer over time? That will make your credit look better. How many people think, how many are y'all out here who think that when you get a car and you get a loan and you pay it off in 1 or 2 months, that makes your credit look better? How many people think that? How many people think when you go get a car loan and then you sign a 72-month car loan and then you pay it off in 6 months or 2 months, that makes you look better or worse? How many people think that? I want to hear. I got to see who I'm talking to. I'm going to tell you right now, it doesn't make your credit look better. It makes it look worse. If you actually let them see that you are borrowing money and you are paying it off over time, this makes your credit score increase. This makes your credit get higher because they're seeing that you're a person that utilizes the credit system and you pay it back over time instead of just paying it quickly, right? This is going to make your credit score increase because this way they can actually grade you. They can actually grade you, and this is why they grade you. They're going to see that you borrow money, but not only did you borrow money, but you over time, you are making 100% of the payments. If you only got 2 payments, they can't see that if they give you a large loan, that if you had to handle it for a year, they can't grade your payment history patterns. They can't give you a good grade. They only have a small sample group of information to be able to see that, yo, all you doing is you getting it for 2 months. I can't really grade you. Does that make sense? It's like a basketball player. Y'all ever see when they try to grade who's the best basketball player of all time? So this one dude walks in the gym and he drops 40, right? He dropped 40. He had a good day, right? This dude walks in the gym. Michael Jordan was in the gym. LeBron was in the gym and he dropped 40, right? Now, that's the only time we ever seen him play. Now, Michael Jordan and LeBron, they go out and drop 40 a night for 5, 10, 15 years. 15 years straight, this dude has dropped 40 a night. So I could say that the dude who walked in the gym and played once, I don't got enough information to even say that he would be as good as Jordan or LeBron because he only did it one day. Jordan and LeBron, they did that shit for 15 years. So they gave me a larger sample group of information to be able to grade them. It's the same thing with the credit history. It's like this dude has been on the earth for 30 years, and in a 30-year span, he has been able to pay off his payments 100% of the time. He has been late 0% of the time. I can see that every time he's borrowed some, on the average, he borrows it for about 2 or 3 years. He never misses a payment, and he pays it back. So it's how you can literally give the bureaus more information to give you a higher score and a higher credit mix. You're giving them more information. So it's not really about 850, 750. It's more about your credit mix and your history. You get what I'm saying? So let me give you a case in point. Even if you were to borrow too much. So let's just say if you got a credit card, right? I'm going to give you the best example of that. If you have a credit card and you take that credit card and you max it out, right? You max it out. And now the credit bureaus they're used to seeing you pay it off. But usually you pay it off early, but you didn't pay it off this time. But they know based off of your history that even if you borrowed a lot, you're going to pay it back off 100% of the time. You're going to always make your payments. So guess what? When you go get some more credit, even if your utilization is high, based off of your credit mix, because your utilization being high is going to make your credit score shoot down. Y'all know that, right? So if you max out a credit card, that's utilization is going to be the biggest part of how they grade your credit. They're going to see that utilization, and they're going to see that you max it out, and your credit score is going to go down. But there are banks that'll still give you more funding because of your history. So it won't be about your score. So I just want y'all to know, it's not about 850 score. It's not about 750 score. It's more about your credit mix. It's all about your credit worthiness. Have you been a person who is trustworthy? Can I trust my dude or my girl to pay me back? I'm going to let her hold the money, but will she pay me back? I'm going to let this person get this front. I'm going to front you the work. You got to make the money with the work, then pay me back. So that's what credit is about. So there are people out there, I'm talking about millionaires, y'all, and billionaires who don't have high credit scores because they have so much debt and they're using the debt, but their credit worthiness is so good that they can walk in the bank with a deal and say, hey, what do we got to do to get this deal done? My credit score isn't that good, but I want to get this deal done. I have a history of doing these deals. What do we got to do to make it work? And they will excuse this credit score being low. They will excuse this dude's debt. They will excuse all of this stuff, and they will still give this dude funding based off of the fact that he has credit worthiness. This dude hasn't missed a payment in 20 years, regardless of the utilization, regardless of the amount of money. This dude has constantly showed his credit worthiness. Does that make sense? If it makes sense, drop a 1 in the chat. Because I want to teach y'all this because y'all need to know. Some of y'all need to understand because some of y'all been waiting. And this is my problem. Some of y'all been waiting and waiting and waiting for the perfect time to go out and start your business, right? Some of y'all been waiting for the perfect time to utilize your credit. Some of y'all been waiting for the perfect time to start the LLC, right? But that's because you're not educated on how business works. It's all about leverage, and you leverage goods and services. Some people think that money is the only source of leverage. Some people think that real estate is the only source of leverage. Some people think Bitcoin and crypto is the only source of leverage, but it's all about goods, listen to me y'all, and services. Everybody say goods and services, or GNS, goods and services. I've been able to leverage my skill set, my relationships, my network. I've been able to leverage my houses, my cars, my money. I've been able to leverage my employees. I've been able to leverage so many things to get deals done, and it doesn't have to do with just only credit or money. It's all about goods and services, and the goods and services is a spectrum that's very, very wide. Some of y'all already have the goods. Some of y'all already have the services, but y'all don't have the vision. Some of y'all already have the goods. Some of y'all already have the services, but y'all don't have the vision. Y'all just haven't been exposed to people leveraging their vision. So you don't have a big enough vision to be able to use your goods and services. That's the problem. Some of y'all, the only thing y'all can see y'allself doing is a motherfucking t-shirt business. All y'all can see yourself doing is a fucking barbershop, a barber, hair salon, eyelash, eyebrows. Some of y'all, the only thing y'all can see yourself doing is Turo or Airbnb. That's as big as you see yourself. You don't see yourself as bigger than that. You don't see yourself as a brand, a company, a multi-millionaire, a billionaire, a person who literally is a person who doesn't say no to customers because they always say yes. They always have someone or know someone, or they're a connectionaire that connect the people that wants the services and the people who have the services, and you let those two people meet and you make money. So some of y'all, the only thing you guys are missing is the vision. Everybody comment vision. Everybody comment vision. Because y'all can't see it. Y'all not seeing it. Y'all still not putting it together. I've been trying to teach y'all this shit for years. Y'all been watching me doing it, but not doing it yourself. Y'all just are becoming a watcher. You are literally waiting for the next gem, the next jewel, and you're not out there executing with vision. Y'all watching a boy Pushman Mitch do the Pushman Mitch thing, but you have still not done your thing. You have still not leveraged your goods and services to make money. Making money is easy. Making money is easy. But it's only easy to people who do it every day. Right? You got to do it every day. You got to do the tough shit every day. You got to have discipline and do it when you don't feel like it. You got to have the vision. And you got to have the work ethic. Okay? So now that we understand how you can leverage credit, now that we understand how you can leverage goods and services, now that we understand that we need vision and we need to think bigger, I want y'all now, everybody, to say what it is that they are going to do that's bigger than what you even think you can do. So say something that you know that you thought about it, but you don't really believe that you can do it. Tell me what's that big thing that you haven't went to. Because all of us, we thinking so small. Turo, Airbnb, hair business, barbershop, eyelashes, makeup. This is basic shit. This is basic. I want y'all to think bigger. Everybody comment that thing that they are going to try to do that's bigger than anybody that they've been around. And if it is bigger than anybody that you've been around, listen to me. If it's bigger than anybody that you've been around, you need to go and be around people who think big like that. Because your circle is keeping you in a cage. Your circle has now became your cage because you are now a prisoner of the information of the people that you hang around. You need to think bigger. Somebody said, I want to get into commercial real estate. Real estate is too vague. I like commercial real estate, but somebody said real estate. That's vague. If you own a house, you're in real estate. That's not big business. And if you just own a house and you just live there, then it's a liability. It's not even an asset. So if you just own your house, you're in real estate. That's vague. I need y'all to think big. Let's go. Everybody needs to be commenting. If you're watching this, I need y'all to think big. So say the big thing that you are going to do. Not none of this little baby shit. Oh, I'm going to start a little t-shirt brand. No. No. That's what's holding us back. You don't have any vision. You're lacking vision. Somebody said healthcare company. What kind of healthcare company? Music producer? That's think bigger than music producer. That's think bigger than music producer. Everybody who I grew up with in my neighborhood wanted to be a music producer. Everybody wanted to rap, sing, and make beats. Think bigger than music producer. I'm challenging you to get out of the matrix. They want you to want to be a music producer, dog. Think bigger than that. Don't you want to own the label? Don't you want to be the person who barters every artist that comes out the city, that for them to get their deal, you set up the infrastructure for them to be able to get the deal done with Sony, with RC Records, with anybody who's doing. I want y'all to think bigger. And the reason why we think the way we think is based off of our environment, yo. Somebody said a large IT government contracts. I like government contracts. I like government contracting, but be specific. Which ones? Government contracting can be rental cars, ambulance. It can be construction. I want y'all to start really, really diving into the vision, because the problem is people are letting y'all get off the hook with these little half subpar ass vision. And the reason why y'all never get there is because you haven't thought big enough. Stop being so vague. Let's be precise. Let's be direct. Let's be certain. Private jet rental? Okay. How many private jets have you flown, private jet rental? Let's start getting out there. Let's start going to the private jet hangars. Let's start meeting the private jet owners. Let's start understanding the services. Every partner, every person that's a player in the private jet sector, you need to have their contact information. You need to know all the moving parts that go into a private jet being booked. How can you get people booked on a leg where there's an empty seat? How can you rent the whole entire jet? Can you do it seat by seat? Can you get a pilot and the flight attendants and the food services attached separately? You need to be knowing all the players involved for this to go down. We need to think bigger and then execute even bigger than that. You can do this. You can be a private jet charter. You can do all of that shit. And it's not even fucking hard. But the problem is we are in the habit of saying we want something and then not doing anything to get into it. You can do all of that shit. Making money so easy. That's why I be so sad, because once I found out how easy it was to make money and everybody else was stuck in the matrix, that shit hurt my stomach. We gotta think big though. The only thing y'all think about is, here we go, I want to open up a hookah lounge. I want to open up a food truck, because we don't want to think big. You can have whatever you want to have. I know people that's less smarter than me. I know people with less credit than me, less money than me, and started a business and became bigger than I ever thought they could ever be, just because they thought big and they executed big. If you want to have a restaurant, just say that. You ain't got to have no food truck. You ain't got to have no food truck. But you do got to have the vision. And I told y'all, it takes goods and services. I watch people open up restaurants with no credit and no cash, but simply having a vision and opening their mouth. They've been able to get partners to help them and get a whole restaurant in the middle of Buckhead that's fucking getting revenue, $1 million days, $2 million days, $3 million days, because they got the vision. And I want y'all to have the vision. So if y'all don't have the vision and you need some help with exposure, comment the word peso and holler at me later. I'm about to get up out of here. My 45-minute trip is done. I'm about to go kick it with Mom Dukes. I'm about to go cut her a check. You feel me? We about to go cut my mom a check because my mom has some type of, I don't know what it was. We're not going to even say what it was. She has some type of thing that she owed. We got a big ass check. We about to give it to her right now. And I just pulled up to the crib. So I'm about to go give it to her. I hope that y'all are getting to the position where you can retire your mom. You can pay any debt your mom has off. You can buy her a dream car. And you can be able to do whatever it is that you want for your family. And that's what I'm about. So I want y'all to think bigger. And I hope y'all enjoyed this live. If you did enjoy this live, subscribe to No Fluff the Podcast and watch it later, because I'm about to drop it on there. And if you commented peso, I want you to join my group. All we do is expose people to different things. Right now, we just dropped all of the listings of Airbnb essentials that you need. There's no smoking signs, the don't flush anything down the toilet signs, the fire extinguishers on every floor. We went over all of the Airbnb shit that you did, and I gave them all the links inside of our private Telegram community. So if you want to join it and you don't have the $30,000 to join my mentorship, please just join the peso group. It's very inexpensive. It's only $99, and it's going to be $99 for at least until we get 100 members. We're at 70-something members. As soon as we get to 100 members, it's going to go to $299. So I encourage y'all to beat the Bitcoin wave and go ahead and comment peso. The link going to go to your DMs. Go ahead and sign up and get in the group. Let's get this money, not this funny. I'll talk to y'all later, man. And if you haven't subscribed to No Fluff the Podcast, hit that subscribe button. Peace.